Hi guys, welcome to simplyhike.co.uk. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Vango Danby 400. Now this tent sleeps up to 4 people, so it's actually really good, especially if you're beginning in camping. You don't want to get one of the massive hunky chunky tents. This is a really good tent for you. The dimensions are 440 centimeters by 270 centimeters with a height space of 175 centimeters. The pack size, or the actual pack size of the tent is 70 centimeters by 21 centimeters by 23 centimeters, and it only weighs 11.2 kilograms. So that's quite nice if you want to, go to France or go somewhere in the UK. Quite literally, you can bop it in the boot of your car and away you go. So it's a really good pack size. Pitch time, you'll be surprised, it's only about 10 minutes. You could probably make it quicker once you've done it a couple of times as well. Let's take a look at the outside, shall we? The tent itself is 3,000 hydrostatic head, so that's absolutely fine for UK and European summer times. As long as the tent's pitched properly and it's nice and taut, shouldn't have any issues with the waterproofing whatsoever. It's got fiberglass poles, so they're nice and flexible, but they're nice and lightweight, so they can really take a bend, really take a force without them breaking or anything like that. That's a really nice feature to this tent. Now the key thing, windows. You've got a really nice big window on the side there, and you've got 2 big windows on the fronts. That really lets the light in. It's a really nice feature to have this tent. And just this side window opens up the whole lighting on the inside in the living space, which is a really nice feature. What they also have is a privacy. So basically you've got parts of the tent you can roll down, so at night time you can roll it all off, shut it all off, and it won't let any sunlight in the morning. Key things about this tent as well is the structure of it. Obviously in the sleeping area you have the dome section, and in the living area you have the tunnel section. Now with the tunnel section it will keep the height same all the way through, but in the dome section the main height is actually in the centre part of the sleeping area. But just having a structure like that means the tent itself is pretty solid, so if you peg it up and pitch it properly, it's a really solid unit, and because it's not all tunnel or not all dome, it's actually quite quick to pitch up as well, which is a really nice feature. Just to go through some of the other features, you do have a ventilation system in the front and a ventilation system in the back. That enables cool air to go through the tent, so in the morning you don't get condensation, and it's not also too stuffy in the living quarters. Talking about the living quarters, let's take a look, shall we? I'm inside the tent now. Let's talk about the sleeping area, shall we? So this sleeps 4 people. It's actually quite generous in size. So even if you do have that 5th person, obviously depending on the size of the people, you'd be actually able to sleep in there quite nice. Standard in the sleeping area, you have a mesh top there for the ventilation. Now that works with the ventilation that's at the back of the tent to help reduce condensation and just keep it nice and cool when you're sleeping inside. You have side pockets in there for your mobile phones, your wallets, and stuff that you don't really want to lose amongst the chaos and the mess of the sleeping bags and the airbeds. Yeah, so as I say, it's pretty standard, but it does what it says on the tin. It's a really good feature in the sleeping area. Now, the key thing is the living space. So as you can see, it's tunneled, so the head volume is all the way through, same all the way through. So you've got your tables and your chairs, you can fit in here nicely. You'll be able to sit down in them nicely, as well as having a nice rug, and if you've got children, they can sit and play and all that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a really nice space. The key thing really is the linked in ground system. Now, it's really basic, really simple. Standard that you get with the most tents, the ground sheet itself is actually attached to the sleeping area. Now that's nothing special about that. All tents do it pretty much, all family tents anyway. But what it is this system here. So you've got the ground system on the ground sheet itself. You've got these toggles. Now they hook on to this part here, which links on, which gives it the name, the link system. Now what this does is you've obviously got the overhang here on the actual fly sheet, so you put it over and then you link it in as so, and what that does, that basically gives you a complete, almost bedded in ground sheet. Now the reason why these tents nowadays don't have the ground sheet all fully in is due to ventilation and condensation. If you were to have a ground sheet that was all attached and quite literally just went up in one go, you would always have to have the vents and the windows open in order to keep the cool air in to help reduce condensation. If you don't, you'll wake up in the morning and there will be drips on your face. Now, with the linked in ground sheet, you get the overall protection that you would get from an actual built-in ground sheet, but you get the ventilation. Just having that breeze go through here, just having the holes on the side there, reduces the condensation and increases the breathability of the tent. So it's a really key feature, and it's a really nice feature to have in this tent. For more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.